brought to you from beautiful downtown Birmingham.
I assume that that's the case. All right, everyone, welcome back to another episode of You Can't Polish a Horse Turd. We're going to be having a discussion based on last week's discussion, and we're just going to continue on with that. Would you like to begin, or where do you want to go?
Well, I want to go on my rant about the stupid people that went to that rally.
The floor is yours. You may go on your rant.
Why would you want to put yourself in harm's way and get sick in a confined...
Because it's a hoax, according to them.
Yeah.
Even now, those morons can't believe it's a hoax.
But
There's 120,000 people are dead. Okay? The United States has 4% of the world's population, and we have 25% of the world's dead.
to the coronavirus.
To the coronavirus.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
But your question.
This thing, okay, is a Fox News. To go back to what I said last week.
Yeah, it's basically
Murdoch gets hundreds of millions of dollars in tax cuts, and he wants his fair-haired boy, Donnie Trumpy, to be president again. And what we're going to end up is with a fucking dictator. And then the dictator will surround himself with a lot of plainclothes policemen like the ones that miraculously showed up at the riots 2 weeks ago.
Oh, well, we call those brown
with
shirts.
with no badges and no identification.
Yeah.
Okay? And then they're going to come and take all the Trump supporters' guns because they have guns and might be a threat to the dictator. So these fucking people are going to get what they deserve. But I don't want to be part of it.
But that goes back to your question. Your question was rhetorical, not like factual.
Give me that in English.
You were asking why. You were asking why do they do it?
Why?
I don't know.
Because they don't find it to be dangerous. Because their cheetah-in-chief tells them it's not a big deal. He does not lead by example. He does not wear a mask because he thinks it doesn't make him look as presidential or as manly or whatever it is that he feels. And they follow what they're told.
What?
And they follow what they're taught. And if you're getting bad information from bad news sources and you have nothing empirical that is rebutting that,
I
then
agree.
they are going to believe that it's a hoax. It's meant that someone invented it or brought it here specifically to make Donnie look bad so he won't get reelected.
But then the question is do you think that he does it because he doesn't believe in the coronavirus, or do you think he does it because he's lied about it so long that he can't believe it?
Well, if he were to acknowledge how horrendous it truly is, it happened on his watch. He was told about it. He was left the playbook before he even walked into the White House.
Yes.
They knew something like this was going to happen. They had data that said it was starting at the end of 2019, and they still did nothing, and they did nothing, and he downplayed it for so long he can't possibly acknowledge that it's a big deal now.
Yeah. So basically it's because he screwed up so far in the past that if he admitted he was wrong, he'd lose his bases or some of his bases.
He is incapable of admitting that he could be wrong.
He has never been wrong.
It is always...
He hires the finest of people, and when they are not yes men, he fires them. I mean, whatever you think about Bolton...
Not much.
He's
a criminal.
He still was fired because of certain things that he pushed back. When they push back, they get fired. When someone investigates him, they get fired. Look at the head of the Southern District of New York.
Yeah.
The federal...
Berman.
That was just basically fired.
That is true, but I think that it depends.
And this is a guy, mind you, this is a guy who is a conservative. He was
Berman.
He voted for Trump. He was on his transition team.
Yeah,
he was not left over from Obama
But he is investigating some of Trump's
understand that
buddies.
What I'm trying to say is
wait.
that this guy was brought on and put in this position by the administration.
But is he a never Trumper?
No. He donated to Trump's campaign.
And he was just fired?
He was fired because he started investigating Giuliani. He started looking into certain things that they did, and it's unacceptable because you can't question the king.
That is true. But that goes back to your question, or at least to the original question, like, what do you do about the situation? Like, with the Trump supporters, what do we do with that? Because how many Trump supporters are there in the country? 20%? 30%?
The people that back Trump will continue to back Trump. He was 100% right. He could shoot someone on Fifth Avenue, and nothing would change with the people that love him.
But
the people that voted for him because they disliked Hillary for a multitude of reasons, whatever their reasons were,
that part I can understand.
They will not vote for him again.
But if somebody cannot see what has been going on in this country for 3.5 years and still accept him, he is going to be Adolf Hitler. He is going to be Stalin. And you know what Stalin and Hitler did when they didn't like somebody?
A lot of
deaths. He went out in the field and never came back.
Stalin went so far as to erase you from history.
Stalin?
Yeah.
Stalin was behind in World War II because he killed
millions.
Hundreds. No, forget the millions. We know that. But he killed a few hundred of his top generals because they could have been a threat to him.
Yeah. He purged the army. Yeah, he purged the military. That was no doubt.
Okay.
But
which actually, this is actually great because we discussed trying to merge a couple topics, and since we are on this topic, there was one on your list that I liked that I think we can kind of bring into this, which is, can stupid people be redeemed?
Okay, I'm going to get everybody's opinion first, and then I'm going to get
That's why the show is called "You Can't Polish a Horse Turd."
So you believe no?
I just gave you the answer.
Oh, there you go.
If you're stupid and you have 3.5 years of seeing what the head stupid is doing, and you don't change your stupidity, you are unfixable.
Except here is, and we've discussed this in the past, here is the problem with this. They are given a piece of information, and if they are only seeing what let's say Fox News or OAN or one of these news sources puts out, they believe it. In fact, today I had a contractor call me, and we talked about how things were in business, and I said that it's kind of strange. I can't get into a truck with somebody, and he said, I don't understand why not. And when I explained to him that I don't want to be sitting
in closed area,
in a closed truck, he said, I don't buy any of that. And then he went on to tell me how for 3.5 years, Trump has done more for this country, and all he does is he cares about the people of this country. And he went on to the point that I finally said, this conversation is over. We will never agree upon this. We are polar opposites with the way we think.
Hard to believe.
But the only argument that's what your assessment is, they have empirical evidence, but they don't want it. They don't care about it. They're told the truth, and they just don't care. So can you be redeemed?
This guy's talking about doctoring hospital logs to show that some old lady just happened to die of old age, but it was corona because they obviously get something out of it.
But that's the strange thing is they were given evidence that was contrary to what they believed, and they went the other direction.
Yes.
So can they be redeemed?
No.
So we all agree that
the problem is that people, we also talked about this earlier, people will admit many, many, many things about themselves. Things that they're not good at. I'm a bad dancer. I'm a bad speaker. I can't write anything. I have terrible penmanship. Can't catch a football. Can't hit a golf ball. But seldom do you ever hear any I'm stupid.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Not well. They don't say it in They don't say it in a derogatory way. They say it in a jesting way, really, generally. Because I've heard people say, "Well, I may not be the smartest person in the world," and then they'll say something.
Well, they will say it in jest. You're 100% right. But the fact of the matter is, people are not that bright. And ironically, when the subject of socialism comes up, well, not only every time that you go on the road are you dealing with socialism, and every time your kid goes to school, and every time the fire department comes to your house
down,
you're dealing with socialism.
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is, most people are not bright enough to function without someone telling them what to do. In fact, we've dealt with it. We both know of someone that he would spend $6, but he only had $5 in his pocket.
That's correct. That's correct.
So that person, he was very talented at his job. He was a nice person, but he was incredibly stupid with life.
I think that what disappoints
he's a man that doesn't understand that out of his $50 out of his paycheck did not belong to him; it belonged to the landlord.
But that's more of a financial issue.
But that makes him stupid financially.
That makes him extremely stupid financially. I will not disagree with that. But I find that the thing that hurt me the most with that individual is when his social standards also changed, when he started talking to that specific person who was telling him about the Second Amendment stuff and all that stuff. And his whole mentality changed. He didn't like people on food stamps, and he was on food stamps.
He was on food stamps while he had a full-time.
So I understand your position in that, and it's actually acceptable. But you use the word redeemed. They can't be redeemed.
They can't be redeemed because, in my mind, if you stick your hand on the hot stove
and
you continue to do it,
you're stupid, and you deserve.
If you have no means of learning your lesson, then you are stupid.
I think that when it comes down to redemption, what is your interpretation of redemption first, and then we can decide if it can. Because my interpretation of redemption may be different than yours.
To take a situation that you've come across or that you've caused, let's say, and change the dynamic of it in a better way. You took a situation that you made bad because of some action that you did. Something happened. That you walked down the street, you crossed the street, you didn't look left, you got hit by a car.
Yes.
Well, you would redeem yourself if the next time you walked out, you looked and made sure there was no traffic. That to me is the simple definition of redeeming.
Yes. Yeah. That's acceptable. My idea, like in this social fabric of redemption, like my idea of a social fabric of redemption is you paid.
You paid your debt.
You paid your debt.
So theoretically, someone that goes to prison and serves their time has
they redeemed themselves in the eyes 100%. Of society. Correct. Now, do you think that these specific people, these supporters of Donald Trump, are redeemable?
I don't think they are, because I think they're delusional.
No. But that gives them an excuse because they're delusional. Let's not give them any excuse. Just say. Point blank period.
I don't even call them stupid. I call them misinformed.
I can't even call them misinformed because they have the information, but they go the other direction.
But they go the other direction because they are told that CNN is fake news.
But the problem...
And what I don't understand is all of these people are taking this... Prior to Donald Trump going into office, he was always known as a con man. Everybody, no one. Remember,
the only people that know him as a con man are us in the business.
No. That is not. How about not a con man? How about a poor businessman? How about no one refuted the fact that he had casinos and stakes and airlines and the football thing and every business that the man has touched, it failed. And in fact, I think that you should not be able to be a habitual. What is it? Chapter 11. What is bankruptcy?
Bankruptcy is Chapter 11.
I don't think you can be a habitual bankrupt. Protection.
Yeah.
I think that's terrible. I mean, if you were a habitual DUI person,
they take away your license.
Take away your license.
And you'd never be able to. Yeah, you'd never be able to do it again.
Well, why is this guy able to keep going in and running businesses and doing things?
Well, because what it is,
meaning, everybody knew about his
failures as a person,
indiscretions, if you will.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody knew about his infidelity.
Yeah.
Everybody knew all of these things. So you basically, he tells you CNN is fake news. Well, yes, CNN spins things just like every other news source. Fine, I'll give you that. But the fact of the matter is, the man is a con man.
Yep.
And I don't even blame him, because he should be laughing all the way to the bank.
Because people are letting him do it.
Right. People are letting him do it. They're enabling him to be him.
But you got to look at this, and this is how I look at it. I look at it from a social standard. Did you know Donald Trump, before he became president and people actually knew what he was, a lot of black people in America, they loved that man. They thought he was the greatest thing since sliced bread.
But he exudes wealth, and everybody looks at that like it's magic.
That's correct.
In my mind, the Kardashians, you could go out in not now, no one's out really, but you could go to South Beach, you could go out in Fort Lauderdale, Boca Raton, and find 50 women that are 10 times better looking than any
Kim,
but they exude wealth. They get into their Bentleys with their new shoes and their their new coat. Yeah. Diamonds everywhere. I mean, look at rappers today.
Yeah.
Rappers not rapping about gang banging anymore.
No, they're not. No.
Now wealth is popular.
The wealth is the popular. Sure. That's correct.
And they're not getting wealth by slinging dope. They're getting wealth by being businessmen.
At this point, correct.
Isn't Dr. Dre
Dr. Dre is now? Yes, he's a big time. Yes,
good for him.
Him and Eminem, they're all business.
Good for them.
Lil Wayne,
very talented people.
I mean, I don't know about talented, but they're good people.
Well, I think they're both good rappers. You're going off on a tangent?
No. Which one? Wait.
Well, first of all, Eminem's lexicon is that of...
Well, Eminem is a bard. He's true.
He's true. Ridiculous.
He's true. But I wouldn't say that about someone like Dr. Dre.
I don't know.
I wouldn't say that. Well, Dr. Dre didn't write his own. Eminem writes his own. Huh?
Good thing Eric walked out.
Oh, that is true. Well, he might have some insight. I don't think so either, but he may.
What else was on the list that we should be going on?
Oh, well, I mean, if we're going to do it right now.
Does Jim Jordan remind you of Speedy Morris?
Kind of, but Jim Jordan to me is just...
You know who Speedy Morris is,
I know who Speedy Morris is.
What team was that? University of Indiana, maybe?
No. You're talking about his physical look.
No, I'm talking about the NCAA basketball coach that used to rip his sweater off.
I know what you're talking about, but I don't think it was that. I don't think so.
Let's see, what else?
Now, it's not Indiana. You're thinking Bob Knight with Indiana.
Oh, I'm sorry. You got a little crazy.
Yes.
What else would you like to discuss?
I mean, if we're going to talk about Jim Jordan, we got to get into the whole child abuse and the whole situation. That's why it's not pertinent to go directly into that situation.
Okay, so let's get rid of that. What's going on today? Should Juneteenth be a holiday?
Absolutely not.
Why do you think not?
I think it should not, because the moment it becomes a holiday, all of these big corporations, they steal what it really means they steal all the history from it. Did you see the Juneteenth sales that were going on?
What is the Juneteenth? Where did the name come from?
Okay, Juneteenth or 19th happened because the Emancipation Proclamation.
No. I understand that. Why is it called Juneteenth?
I don't know why they call it directly Juneteenth. It's just on the 19th of June.
Oh, okay. It's not a very good explanation.
No, it's not. I mean,
but you don't think it's going to be a holiday?
It's going to be a holiday, but I would prefer if it wasn't, because
why would you want to remember crap like that?
Why? Because you should learn. Because you should learn.
But you should learn. I think you should learn.
You shouldn't.
Tell Alex Jones that.
You shouldn't teach kids about the Holocaust.
Right.
You shouldn't.
No, I didn't say that.
But that's not a holiday.
Just fix the current problems that are in the country.
It's cute.
It's systemic. It goes down to the bone.
Yeah, okay.
It's really too much. But
you're still going to have the same people that no matter what you say or do, are going to have the same attitude.
But racism doesn't come. People don't conjure it up. It's in their communities. It's in their households. If my parents were racist, chances are I would be racist.
You can't be racist because it's not possible to be racist and be a minority. It's not possible.
That's not so. You hate everybody.
That's true. But the thing about it is racism, or at least bigotry, starts without a reason. Like, I have no reason to dislike that person.
Yes,
but I dislike
they have to blame someone.
Yes. But if you are a minority, you have a reason to hate the person that you're hating.
Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Motor.
What? No, what now?
What?
That motor.
Really? Well, sometimes it happens. Sometimes it weighs down on you.
Yeah.
I got a couple errands I got to run. You want me to shut that down? The garage door?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
Please,
No.
please lock the truck.
No,
I locked the truck.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Just put them down.
Okay.
All right.
We're going to need it again. We're going to get to that bar.
Yeah, I've got to talk to David about it. Yeah.
But do you know why I don't want them to make it a holiday? Look the same way that they treat Martin Luther King Day. Look how they treat Washington's Day.
But the problem is that you have Martin Luther King Day, and yet they don't educate you about Martin
Exactly.
Luther King. That's the problem. So
it's
what they
about
need
money.
to do is they need to sit there and say Juneteenth is going to be a holiday,
Yes.
and give the kids a day off of school.
No.
Let's say it's. Let me finish.
Okay, I agree.
Let's say it's a Friday.
Okay.
Thursday, you learn about Juneteenth. Teach these kids where we went wrong, where certain people, where a certain type of people went wrong, and teach them, and maybe things will start changing.
As I see it, everybody in this country is so wrapped up in their own little world and personal problems.
That's somewhat
That's something
true.
funny that I always say.
Okay? You are not going to change the mindset of the people in this country by teaching them anything, because they
But
cannot
maybe
be,
if you
they
teach the
can't
youth,
be taught.
but maybe if you educate the youth about what this is all about.
The only way to educate the youth is to take away their little whatever it's called, laptop,
the video,
or
the lap. But you can't take the
video
computer
game
away.
or whatever, and make them do their homework.
But they need the laptop to do the homework.
Huh?
They need the laptop to do the homework.
Yeah, you don't use a.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the laptop to do the
You
homework.
want to take the video game away.
I'm talking about they don't go outside and play ball, especially white people. Because, I mean, I'm not trying to be.
Yes, I understand.
That's why people of color have become better
athletes.
Yeah. Because look at the look at the Dominican Republic.
That helps.
What do you got? A ball.
That's true.
Look at all the ball players that have come out of the Dominican Republic.
That's true.
Okay,
that's true.
If they had a classroom teaching physics or astronomy or something like that, you'd see a bunch of astronomers come out of the Dominican Republic. But as long as they don't have a TV and all they've got is a ball, you're going to see ball players.
Well, if we're going to racism,
I mean, if you go to Harlem, and what do they got? They have a basketball.
That's what.
And a schoolyard, and they play basketball.
But that's
from
where
the time that they're 3 years old.
But Tavon and I have discussed this. That's where the problem is, where I told you that black people are just as talented and just as have the same abilities as white people, but you know what they only are able to do? Free or cheap sports.
That's true.
You see very few black people in expensive sports, gymnastics, golf, tennis. But if you have to walk out onto a free basketball court,
and again, for me, that is possible. But you got to also then look at it. When they did play these sports, whites banned them from these sports.
Well, that's a completely different story. I'm saying that they have take a basketball player.
Yes.
Okay. He spent all day and all night on that court playing basketball.
Yep, shooting from this spot.
He trained himself to become unbelievable, dribbling, dunking, whatever, shooting all day long. Didn't cost him a dime.
That's true.
But how many black hockey players are there? Which is an expensive sport to get into.
I think it's just not interesting to black people.
Tropical people, you don't like it.
We don't have a bobsled team.
You don't have ice. Well, that's not so.
Now we're going to say, wait a minute.
Jamaica had a bobsled team.
Jamaica did not have a bobsled team.
Yeah, we all saw them. So anyway,
that didn't exist. That's fake.
But nevertheless, what I'm saying is I think if given the same opportunity, Tiger Woods, his father was comfortable.
Yeah.
He belonged to a country club, or he was on the base.
He was on a base.
He was on a base
where there was a golf course.
Now, if Tiger Woods grew up in a one-parent family with his mother working 6 jobs because they refused to pay black people anything, then he probably would not be where he is today. He was given an opportunity, and he showed his talent.
Not to go off on a tangent or anything, but what's the name of his wife?
He doesn't have
Which
a wife
one?
right now.
The one he used to his first wife, the one that beat him with a golf club.
Elon.
You know she hit him.
Elon.
Norway.
Now, this is going to sound...
She was Scandinavian, I think.
Yes.
This is going to sound extremely bad, but it's all right because I'm black and I can say it because it's funny. He's black and he's what's the other Vietnamese.
Not Vietnamese.
You gotta believe that white woman hit him so hard she knocked the black out of him, left nothing but the Vietnamese part, and he ran right into that tree. You gotta admit that's what happened.
He wasn't overly black to begin with.
Oh, he doesn't believe he's black. He calls himself Blackanese or something like that.
Blackanese?
Yeah, it's so terrible. It's so terrible. But that's the only thing I thought was funny. Was like she hit him so hard, all she left was like an Asian woman driving that truck because he hit that tree with some force.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay? What is that?
Did that happen here in Jupiter?
No.
Yes, it happened right here in beautiful downtown Jupiter, right on Jupiter Island.
Oh, Jupiter Island. Yeah. Jupiter Island and Jupiter are the same thing, though.
You know what?
Yes.
Yeah, he doesn't live.
Like Lauderdale by the Sea and Fort Lauderdale aren't the same. Just because it's Lauderdale by the Sea.
Now here's a woman that discovered that he was screwing 15 or 13 different women.
It was more than that. That number was
whatever the number was.
Yeah.
Okay. I had a buddy. Joe is gone now, but Pally, and Pally had an alcohol problem, and he ran off with another woman on a Friday afternoon.
Oh, this is a funny story.
And he owned a golf course in southern Indiana, and Wednesday was his wife ran a ladies golf tournament on Wednesday mornings. And here he comes with a big smile on his face on Wednesday morning. And she took a 7 on him and knocked him out cold with it. And that was over one woman.
But actually, there's another funny story. The guy was hilarious. He was sleeping with...
Yes.
We used to joke around.
I just got off the phone with my wife.
68, 69.
Probably
even until he was 75, I think he passed away a few years ago.
He was that good.
Oh, he was a very good golfer. And he was in a southern state, and he was hooking up with...
let's find out what the check number was, when it cleared, and
I
all that
want to
good
say
stuff.
something like the
You
sheriff
guys
went
can
up to
go
him and
into
said,
your upgrade.
we don't do that around these here parts.
That's why we don't. That's why we.
No, okay.
And he was run out of town.
Oh, yeah. But...
We're frolicking
around.
But that's because they looked at him and they saw the white skin. Well, do you think that would have been the same if they would have looked at him and saw
it was definitely paid because
the same place that told him to get out of town would not have accepted
that he was also Jewish.
Right.
Him and her would have been ornaments on a tree somewhere else.
The only conceivable
in fact, there's a couple golf courses in the area that your kind is no more welcome than mine.
Currently, in current day,
as soon as Leslie gets back
from
to the
what I
office,
understand,
but they don't advertise it. They don't say it. It's just like
But years ago, they had a couple of these local golf courses. They had in their bylaws where it would say, "No people of Eastern European descent," which was their
way of saying
very nice way of saying
Jewish,
no Jews.
Now
they'll allow you there, but you'll be waiting tables.
Cleaning tires and stuff.
Yeah.
I have a question, and maybe it's just the way I think that it might be wrong.
Okay.
But isn't the term Jew just?
As far as I'm concerned,
alrighty. Where are you guys? Oh, you're in Georgia.
I think that people do it innocuously out of ignorance. But generally speaking, if someone were to say, "Are you Jewish?" it doesn't bother you a bit. But if someone says, "Are you a Jew?"
I have a big problem.
There's
with
a little undertone there. Of being derogatory.
Yeah. That's why I don't like it, and I don't like if someone asks me, like, "Wait, you mean to say he's Jewish?" Is what you mean? Don't say that he's a Jew. That because it just sounds just harsh.
When I was in Vietnam, somehow this other guy and I were talking, and the conversation turned to religion. And when I told him I was Jewish, he started looking at my head to see if the horns were there. And I said to him,
"They're under your yarmulke.
There are no horns here. There are no horns, believe it or not."
Well, Jewish people are born with those horns.
And they have them
at their
circumcised.
wrists. Yes, they're circumcised with their foreskin.
But wait. But then what about the Jewish female? They aren't. Are they circumcised?
It was a joke.
I thought there was some truth to it.
No.
You know, they say there's some truth to every joke.
No.
I mean, because I don't know. I've never been to it. I mean, I don't enjoy watching people get their penis snipped. You know.
It's the foreskin, and it's a religious.
It's not religious. It's
they turned it into a ritual.
Yeah, but it was more like for hygiene, wasn't it?
It's a hygiene thing. It has nothing to do with religion. It's a hygiene.
What? No, okay.
But
I forgot what we were talking about. It's gotten
Trump.
that far away.
What were we talking about?
We started out talking about Trump, and then we.
Don't get me started.
Since we're on the racist topics,
I thought we were discussing redemption.
Redemption, yes. I don't think you can be redeemed.
No, okay. So all of us agree, no one can be redeemed.
I don't think being stupid. You can't blame a person for being stupid. You can blame them for being ignorant, not stupid.
But to be stupid means you are wantonly stupid. You desire to be so.
Is being stupid? It's. I'm trying to think of a way to say this without being inconsiderate. It's
a conversation.
You have a lack of aptitude. So by that rationale, if you have a mentally retarded person,
I see where you're going.
A stupid person is one step mentally more intelligent than a mentally retarded person.
I don't like that statement.
Why?
Why?
How is that?
How do you
mental retardation?
I'm saying
forget somebody that has a problem.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Yes. We're talking about
a mental retardation.
This is what it's called. It's the
you are born with the brain.
Okay.
Yes.
And you are able to do things that you are taught by your parents.
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. I mean, if your parents teach you nothing, and take the smartest guy in the world and have him grow up in an island with no other people, either he's going to act like the dogs or the monkeys or the snakes or something, because that's all he sees.
But the only
you can't. So you call the guy stupid? He's not. Maybe
no.
That's not what he said.
That's not what I said.
That's not what he said.
And second of all, that person that's on the island, he is going to, if he is mentally capable, meaning not stupid and not mentally retarded, he is going to learn that the sun sets here and rises
over here.
He's going to learn that the tides.
I don't think the sun is of any importance to him. There's only one thing that's
important. You will learn really quickly.
One thing important.
He's not going to learn.
Not getting eaten.
He's not going to learn that the sun gives him
warmth on this side.
Of course he is.
He's going to find out that it's hotter on this side.
Do you think a lion doesn't know when to try to stay downwind of some gazelle that they're hunting?
Okay,
but the lion is taught by its mother.
That's
it
true.
Doesn't learn to hunt all by itself.
But
given a newborn lion, if it was taken away from its parents, they would.
Well, we're because of tools. If we had to fight a lion fist to claws, we'd be screwed.
But intelligence would tell me not to go near a lion without certain protections. But
did you ever see that little meme of the little monkey that picks up a stick and tries to go hit the lion?
No, but I got a funny joke to tell you.
But the only problem I have with both your arguments is that when a person is given new stimulus that like say if I'm screwing a screw the best I know how to screw a screw because I've been taught by my parents. If you came along and told me that's not good, use this tool, it'll be faster to make it easier. If I took that tool and used it, oh wow, that's right, it is faster and easier. But my mom taught me how to do it like this. Aren't I an idiot?
You would be about as smart as the person that needs to swing into the straight lane to make a standard left turn.
Correct. Like because
that's what their father told them to do.
Exactly.
I don't know.
But if you were given better information and you tried it and it turned out to be true and you still did the same thing originally, you're an idiot.
You would be an idiot.
Yes.
But what I'm saying is, if you do not have the ability to learn something.
Now that's different.
In no way was I making fun or anything of mental retardation.
Oh, well,
I didn't accuse you of that.
It kind of seemed like that.
It kind of sounded like it jumped. It jumped a little bit. You jumped on.
It became a little aggressive.
I couldn't believe that you were comparing somebody that had a disability to somebody that, in theory, could be smart.
That's correct.
No. That's then.
But what you're saying is correct. But that's not what he said.
That's not. No. Then maybe I didn't explain it properly. What I'm telling you is, you take a person that was unfortunately born with mental retardation. Okay.
Yeah.
They have a lack of aptitude. They have a lack of problem-solving skills. They have a lack of being able to learn certain things and do certain things and figure certain things out. A person that is stupid is slightly better than a person with mental retardation. And then you have smarter people.
That's not a very nice way of saying it.
I actually thought I said everything as nice as possible.
Scientifically, he's correct. I mean, it's not the kindest thing to say, but then that's not a lot of the stuff that people have to say to each other is kind.
I read a meme recently that basically the truth is sometimes terrible.
The truth is always terrible.
The truth is sometimes terrible. It was very interesting. It basically said, it started out with Black Lives Matter. Okay? Now, the person retorts with, all lives matter.
Racist statement.
I did.
Well, not you. It's a meme. And I told you that it was a very racist statement.
I'm regurgitating the meme.
Yeah.
It's a true statement.
All lives matter is a racist statement.
He was going to throw up in the play. It's right here.
Who?
Regurgitating?
No, well.
That's kind of a big word.
Well, that's not the only thing to regurgitate.
That's a big word, considering
regurgitate can be parroting, repeating. But yes, continue.
My wife often complains that it takes me a really long time to tell a story.
I know.
And this is why, because people interrupt all.
I want to hear the story.
Did you notice that I was napping on the floor under my desk over here because I'm bored?
Okay, but let him finish the story. I'm interested in.
He'll never finish as the rate he's telling me.
I'm never going to finish it with you keep talking like a bunch of Russian women.
That's kind of homophobic.
So it was basically saying that just because it's a true statement, which we all agree, if you say Black Lives Matter, I can retort with All Lives Matter.
Yes.
Fine, we all agree that's true.
That's true.
Well, the next was my uncle died yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And the response to that was, everybody dies.
Yes.
And it went on. There were a number of them. I didn't save it in my phone, unfortunately. There were a number of them that were 100% true statements, but they were either racist or they were completely inconsiderate.
Yep. Or they were like out of context.
Completely.
Yeah.
So I just found that to be interesting. Now, since you guys interrupted me for so long, I don't remember what we were talking about when we started this.
Well, we were still talking about redemption. And my redemption is, can the Trump supporters be redeemed? I don't think so, because
they could only be redeemed if they were to say what he's doing is wrong. I'm no longer supporting it.
That's not even enough for me at this point. I need more.
But David, if you don't, and you know I'm not defending a Trump supporter.
Looks like you're about to.
No. No. But they're so fucking stupid. They don't know that he's cheating them. He's cheating everybody in the country.
That argument,
he's destroying the country.
That argument is what
he wants to be a dictator. Read my fucking lips.
That's possible.
Well, you do remember he came from a corporation.
Well, he was king.
Where he was king.
He was king.
He doesn't want to be the king.
He just wants the accolades of being the king. He doesn't want to do the work.
He will not settle at being the king, because the king, will start ridding himself of anybody that can ascend to his throne. And then you are a dictator.
So you're talking about
he can't,
Eric and Don Jr.?
It would be better if you... And it's sad if you say this.
Excuse me, but look at Kim Jong-un, whatever his name is.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
He drowned his brother.
I think he poisoned him.
No, that's his uncle.
He drowned.
It's hard to keep track.
He drowned
his brother.
That is correct. Who his sister-in-law once removed.
I don't know, but she was like, I'm calling the military on you, bro.
That's what they don't understand. He will become Kim Jong-un or whatever the fuck his name is.
It's Kim Jong-un.
And one day somebody will say the wrong thing like me today.
And you're going to get blacked out.
Then there'll be, all of a sudden, there'll be 14 guys in uniforms with no ID outside the fucking door.
Yeah, by the way.
And they'll haul my ass out to the Everglades or wherever they take people, and I won't come back.
Hey, that's correct. Thank you
and
for not introducing me.
Neither will you two fucking guys.
I don't want any part of this.
I tried not to. What was that, Al? What was that? Oh, he said, do you promise not to come back?
What's going to come back?
He said, do you promise not to come back if they drag you into the Everglades?
I won't be able to walk, so it doesn't matter.
I don't think you'll be alive, so it doesn't matter.
That's what I said. I won't be able to. That's what the Trump supporters do not understand. He does not give a rat's ass. All he did was make a bunch of empty... You tell me which promise he kept. Did he bring back the coal jobs? No. Did he bring back the steel jobs? No. Did he take... This wasn't a promise. He gave a giant tax cut. To whom? The poor guy with a salary?
Okay.
No.
Okay.
He gave it to his cronies.
He promised to make the libs cry, and that's all we do.
Make what?
The libs cry. The liberals, the Democrats.
Well, I didn't hear that, but I don't care.
But the only argument that I have for that is that it takes the onus off of these people by saying this is the only thing they listen to. They have they have children, they have people who talk to them and tell them they're wrong. They just don't care.
Did we even talk about the rally last night? Or Saturday
We
night?
started talking about the rally and we did not.
He blamed the rally.
I saw it.
Okay? He blamed the rally on the protesters.
That weren't even
and
there.
if you had seen the city manager of Tulsa, who happens to be a black guy.
He happens to be black.
He happens to be black. Okay?
He had two
He was
black parents.
very
And they fucked? Oh, indeed they did.
He was very behind the city of Tulsa, as kept keeping the everything on a nice, safe, even keel. But only 8,000 people or 8,500 people showed up to one of Trump's rallies.
You want to know what the real irony of it is? Is that half the people showed up, okay, and instead of socially distancing,
they
could have had 3 seats between them.
The whole top was empty except for a couple of spots.
Well, the thing,
and the funny part is, if you look at the guys on top, no one was around them. They were the only ones.
They were the only ones. Yeah, they were in a venue by themselves, and that's what that wasn't like 19,000 people allowed in that venue.
Almost 20, they said.
So, how many people wore masks? I didn't see it because I can't listen to this man talk.
Not a lot.
4%, 1%, 2%.
No. I would give it
maybe
40%.
40% is a lot.
I saw. I mean, maybe it was just a shot that I saw.
I mean, it has to be because 40% is a lot of people. 40% of 8 or 9,000 people. It's like 3,000-4,000 people. But don't they say something stupid like if you wear a mask you're a cuck of some sort?
Never heard it being called a cuck, but my brother did.
Yes, it is.
Tell me about one of his colleagues that walked into a Lowe's or something like that. He was wearing a mask.
Bad looks,
and some guy walked up and said, "Fucking dumb liberal for wearing a mask."
They are the dumbest people.
Now, there was another meme that I saw recently that was really good, and it showed a picture of Hannibal Lecter in his famous, mask,
the dog mask,
and it said, "Hannibal's not wearing this to protect himself from you." I thought that was
good.
Well, I mean, you gotta speak to people in the language that they'll understand.
I believe that I think it's the Netherlands. They have the same, but they have the now I don't want to say propaganda because it's not propaganda. It's informative. But they have signs everywhere that says, "Your mask protects me from you. My mask protects you from me." And they just keep telling people this all the time.
Yeah, and how are they in the Netherlands?
They're doing very well.
Right.
They're doing very well.
But did they have leadership that, in New York, all they've been doing is going down, going down, going down. They had a leader in Cuomo. The man said, "I don't care if it's uncomfortable. I don't care what you look like. Wear a mask. You want this thing to go away? Let's wear masks. Let's do this. I can't give you the outcome, but I will tell you it will work out better if we do what the doctors and the experts." And I'm sorry, but how, once again, yes, he could shoot someone on Fifth Avenue, but when he sits there and talks about injecting or ingesting disinfectant and all this stuff, and has the doctors, the smartest people in the room for what we're dealing with, and they're shaking their heads, how do they possibly defend that?
That's my question. It's not that they didn't see that there's information out there.
I don't care that he had toilet paper on his shoe. Happened to 100 people. What do I care? Okay,
it's funny. I was gonna say, wait a minute.
Okay, I'm just saying. A lot of these things that a lot of people will try to bring up to embarrass him, and even the thing about the ramp at West Point. Okay, you know what? The fact of the matter is, he's still an elderly person. He's no spring chicken. He's what, 75?
That's correct. But
he's a lot overweight.
He's very overweight.
He's walking down a ramp. You know what? My father would be careful walking down a ramp.
But your father doesn't pretend he's not old. He accepts that he's old. Donald Trump is like, "I'm a virulent young man, and I'm a sex symbol," is what he believes himself.
He is the Adonis.
Oh, he is. Pennies they just never stay wet around.
Maybe that's what happened to Fabio.
I don't know. Oh, wow. I never even thought about that. I can see it. He'd have more hair, but I can see it. But then again, have you ever seen all these Trump portraits?
Yeah, that's funny.
He does.
Isn't there one of him like as a Minotaur or something?
Yes,
that's great.
Yeah,
and the one with Rocky.
I love that. Where he's got not the Vulcan. What gun is that? He has the big gun that's got
he's got like an M60 or something.
And he's like on top of a tank.
That's Rambo. I said Rocky. They did the Rocky one also.
Did that? I've never seen that.
Oh my God!
But remember doing the Spot the Trump game that we were playing?
That was fun. I missed doing that.
Yeah, that is true. But remember that flag that we saw, and I was like, that's a 3D flag.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like Trump on a tank. That's what I'm used to seeing. Yes, it was.
Yeah, that was great.
You may want to stop pronouncing that, but that's fine.
Why?
Yeah.
I mentioned there was a flag in a certain city.
You can pinpoint some stuff. It's not that hard. But anyways, what are
they going to do? Find the guy that spotted his flag?
No, that'll make it easier to find the person that said something about the flag.
I don't have a problem with the flag. I have a problem with the person that thinks it's a good idea to. That's the other thing I can't understand. I'll never understand about these people. This man did not score 100 points in a game. This is not that I like him, but Tom Brady. This is not Peyton Manning. This is not Tiger Woods. This is not LeBron James. This man is not a superstar.
Is he locked out?
No, he's not.
Okay.
And if he was,
you know that's recorded. He's going to listen to that. Good. But, okay, another thing about redemption.
So circling back to this redemption.
Because people are being forgiven just because they say, I don't like Donald Trump. All of a sudden, they're the best people in the world. Like, people are beginning to forgive John Bolton for all the evils he's committed.
No. People are not. If you've been listening to any of the newscasts, in fact, he's getting more flack because it is so obvious that everything in his book he said during the impeachment under oath.
Exactly.
And yet he's not patriotic at all. If he was patriotic, he would have done it for his country and not for his $2 million book deal. So I don't think because he's saying anything, I disagree. No one thinks Michael Cohen is a great guy.
All right. Okay. Well. Okay. I'll skip over those and I'll go to Mad Dog Maddox. Or what is the other guy? The other guy that was in the office as well.
Okay. So you have Mad Dog Mattis, and then you had Kelly.
Kelly. Yeah, General Kelly.
John Kelly.
No, I don't think his name is John. Is it John? It's not John. It's something Kelly.
Whatever. These are actually the only two that I do think they should get some praise because they were just Republicans. They were just Republican generals. That's all they were. And they were brought in to be defense secretary or
one. Excuse me, but the military is not supposed to be partisan in any way. They are here to defend the United States of America from outside attack.
No. From all enemies, foreign and domestic.
Okay, all enemies, foreign and domestic.
Now, wait a minute. Are they still? Neither one of them is active duty.
No, they're not. They're long retired.
So now, but they are Republicans.
Okay, they're entitled to vote the way
that's fine. So they basically joined this administration, and then they both said no.
Because they
said no after they were. No, they didn't. They had scruples after they were out. After they left, they had scruples.
They didn't leave. They were fired for not being yes men.
They quit.
Okay, fine. They quit because they wouldn't do his bidding.
No. Kelly quit because he was going to get fired. Anyhow,
he was going to get fired because he wasn't sucking on the proverbial.
Then Maddox, but they were in there for long enough. How long do you have to be in there before you stand up and say this is wrong? They were in there for months and years.
First of all, let's look at the position that they were in.
Secretary of State?
It's a very powerful position.
Secretary of State?
One was Secretary of State. The other one was staff.
Joint Chiefs of Staff. Chief of Staff.
Chief of Staff. Very powerful positions.
Right. Now, so you are hired in the upper echelon of the United States government.
Yes.
And I am sure with the integrity that these two guys had.
Or should have.
Should have had, yes.
Mm-hmm.
They came in there with the desire to maybe they didn't know what a complete jerk off he is.
No,
okay?
they could. You can't say they didn't know, because remember, Kelly turned down that job twice before he accepted it.
But I want to really scare you for a second. Just think about how much of a lunatic Trump is, and then think about how bad it would be if you were actually in the Oval Office listening to some of the stupid things he says.
But even though with General Kelly specifically, he came out and he carried water for Donald Trump. When Donald Trump was saying unbelievably insane stuff, he came out and said the same stuff with him.
Yes, he did on a couple of occasions.
Okay.
But they're hailing them like champions.
The question started with Bolton.
Okay. Maybe forget Bolton for 1 second, but maybe and I'm trying maybe to defend these two guys.
Which you shouldn't, but I agree.
Okay, maybe I shouldn't, but maybe that their intention was, I'm working for a fucking Looney Tune, and maybe because of the strength of my position, I can add a little bit of integrity to the office, or maybe convince him that some of the things he says and does are detrimental to the United States.
But they didn't do that.
But
maybe that was their intention.
Maybe that was their initial intention, and maybe they were so frustrated by it that they said enough.
But they're 3 and 4-star generals.
Yeah,
and they were frustrated by a child.
But the child had 17 stars, not 4 stars.
But I don't buy that.
Okay, well,
I mean, because even in this company, we have discussions all the time. I don't necessarily agree with the stuff that we do, and then I'll say it, and then we'll have a discussion about it. They didn't even attempt to do that.
You are trying to figure out things that are in people's minds that are somewhat intelligent, other than Trump.
Yes.
And we're also sitting here at the same time trying to figure out what is in a stupid person's mind who follows Trump.
Nothing.
But you can't.
There's got to be something.
There's got to be something in there. Yeah. I mean, because my only problem is I don't appreciate, or at least I don't like, that we're praising these guys for doing nothing. They had when you have a chance, that is like, say if you're at a frat party, just say if you're at a frat party, you see a girl, if you see a girl, they like this happened. Okay, I'm gonna tell you a story that happened in Tallahassee, and this is why I got kicked out of my fraternity. We were at the oil spill. I don't know if you guys have ever been to the oil spill. If you go to Tallahassee, the oil spill is basically this event that happens with the fraternity I was in Florida A&M. What we basically do is they get all types of liquors,
and get you drunk.
Oh my God! Like they will pour it all into these massive barrels. It doesn't matter if it's clear, if it's brown, whatever, and then it turns black as tar. And then what they do is they scoop big cups, and here you go. And if you go into the party itself, there's porn projected on the ceiling, there's porn on the walls. Each room is a different type of place you can go into and get whatever it is that your fetish is. I walked into one of these places because I don't drink, so I'm just walking around. I got my little Aquafina. He makes me want to drink, to tell you the truth. So I have my little Aquafina. I walk into one of these rooms, and a girl that I know, good girl, she's a Christian girl. I don't agree with her.
Make her a good girl.
Well, she's one of those crazy ones that kind of believes that the best thing is, you stay till marriage and all this other stuff.
Right.
I go in there, and she is basically getting pummeled by like 3 or 4 of my frat brothers. I snatch her, I punched, and it's because of fight, because I'm now protecting her from these guys that are just trying to get their rocks off. And that's how I ended up getting kicked out of my.
But at 19 years old, what else is there to think about?
Yes, but when you're a general,
was she being sexually assaulted? I'm sorry.
They got her drunk to the point where she couldn't say yes or no.
Okay, well that's sexual assault.
Yeah,
I mean, right.
So and she ended up getting pregnant, and they don't know who the father is. But it is what it is. So that is what I look at as a hero. Like I'm not saying what I did was heroic. I just did it because it was no good, great. But if you're a general and you're right next to Trump, I would rather get fired my first day by telling him how wrong he is about the stuff he's doing, instead of trying to say, "Oh, I was trying to protect the country through this and that."
But a lot of the newscasts, they refer to these people as the adults in the room, and what Eric said earlier is kind of true. That maybe they went in with the intention. I'm sorry.
Call me Ralph.
Oh my God! Yes, Ralph.
Yeah, take my name off.
I was.
But nevertheless, I agree, and I think they just quietly. I mean, there's also reports of people, hiding stuff from him, taking stuff off,
took it off his desk,
moving it, burying it, whatever.
But that to me,
how can you bury it on his desk? There's nothing on his desk.
That is true. But
put some KFC on his desk, put it under there.
That is true. I'll never see it again. But that to me is what aggravates me or frustrates me about the situation, is because they keep hailing these people as heroes because they say we don't like Donald Trump anymore. So he doesn't do anything that's worth being liked. You're not a hero. You're just a normal American at this point.
No one called him hero.
They call him heroes all the time.
I never heard that.
I mean, they're like, "Oh my God, we should give praise to General Maddox. We should do this and that."
I think that if what he said is true, that they went in there with the best intentions to hopefully try to talk him out of or keep things on an even keel. I think that they went in with great intentions. They saw they couldn't do anything. They kept their mouth shut for a while, being
not heroic.
I didn't say it was heroic. I'm just saying they're not bad, and you shouldn't be praising them.
But if the man came out and he was saying horribly racist stuff, and then General Kelly would come behind and be like, "Well, he didn't mean to say that. He meant to say this way." "Oh, you said the same thing, but you just said it nicely." That's great.
Well,
so I just think that's weird. I don't like it. I don't. I do. And I don't know. And now they're saying crazy stuff like, what's his name? What the Bush? They're like, "Oh man, George Bush was great if you compare him to Donald Trump." No, George Bush was a horrible president. Don't compare him to anybody. He's the goddamn devil.
But I'm not defending or not non-defending George Bush.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take 10,000 George Bushes over what Donald Trump has done to the Constitution of this country, the lawlessness, his stealing, his benefiting, the emoluments clause, the God knows what else he's done that we won't find out about until he's in jail.
I don't think he's ever going to jail.
That's one of the reasons that they wanted Berman out of there. Because Berman is investigating Trump's friends.
Yeah.
And like they always said, follow the money.
And I was so...
You follow the money, you find the thief.
I was so devastated when the Congress, when they stopped following the money. They was like, "Yeah, let's not do that." Why?
Well, Bolton spoke the truth the other day when he said that Democrats aren't nasty enough to do what had to be done.
Oh, yeah, but I've been saying it for how long? How many years have I been saying that about the Democrats?
Oh, everybody. Look what happened with Al Gore. They said, no, it looks like we're going to get okay.
Yeah. The SCOTUS was like, yeah.
The fucking asshole in the Department of Justice, Barr, he's a criminal. In jail for 4,000 years and keep him alive for 4,000 years so he can be fucking miserable because he is the chief enabler of Trump.
But Bill...
And Lindsey Graham, what of that fucking...
No, asshole. There you go. We'll go with that.
I wasn't going to say anything like that.
What you have some inclination of what we were going to stop you from saying.
I didn't try to stop him from anything.
Well,
My jaw was on the floor.
Oh, Jesus.
I just like Lindsey Graham talking about, what did he call him, a kook?
Oh, yeah.
All kinds of stuff.
That's what I don't understand about the Lincoln Project.
Yeah,
why do they not continually have Lindsey Graham?
You guys didn't see the last Lindsey Graham attack ad that they put out against Lindsey Graham and all the crazy stuff he said?
No.
Oh, it's beautiful. You got to see it.
Ted Cruz, Lindsey Graham. They should have those two on every 5 minutes saying what they said about Trump. So you can imagine.
I didn't remember Ted Cruz going after Trump.
Oh,
I
Ted
thought
Cruz
he
went after Trump.
curled up in a little ball.
Well, he only did that afterwards, after the fact. But beforehand, he was going and said, "Vote your conscience."
Yeah, I don't remember any of that. All I remember.
No, he literally was saying,
I
"I will
remember
fight."
from back then. You're talking about during the debates.
Yeah, when he said that his dad killed
I
Kennedy.
can't believe
his wife was
that
ugly.
was great. He was the other the gunman on the grassy knoll. It's perfect. No, what I can't believe is someone like Jeb Bush didn't stand up during those debates and say, "You guys are acting like a bunch of fucking clowns. You're not taking this. This is the highest responsibility anybody could ever fathom, to be in charge of the what they call the greatest country in the world, you know." And for him not to stand, I'm just using Jeb Bush as an example because of his family lineage. For him not to admonish them go after them for acting like a bunch of clowns. This one, hands were too big, little Marco Rubio, Ted Cruz's wife is not attractive, who cares about this?
But even that is...
It was a shit show.
But that's the problem. That's the problem. Donald Trump does that every single day to newswomen, to newsmen, to anybody that's not on his side.
Yep, that's correct.
And his supporters,
they eat it
if
up.
they saw their kid doing that, they'd smack the kid in the fucking head. Why do they let Donald Trump do it?
Remember, I don't know if their children act like Donald Trump, they praise that.
Now,
correct.
Maybe now.
Yes, because remember, I think it was a couple days, not a couple. It was about 2 months ago where there was a news organization that was going to go to one of these crazy, OAN type deals, and they were going there, and there were children and everything. They were like berating this guy who was telling them the coronavirus is real. They were just berating him, and they were just...
The only hope that we have is for these morons to get coronavirus. Not that I wish any harm on anybody. That's the only way they'll understand it.
Yeah, but you can't do that either, because that contractor that I was talking about earlier, that was in denial, was telling me about some friends of his, a group he knows, his brother-in-law, mother-in-law, whatever, in New York, 20 people in an office. All 20 of them got coronavirus, and all 20 of them survived.
Okay.
And I said, and what does that mean? And then this stuff the other night with the let's slow down testing so we don't find that many people. That is one of the most moronic thoughts. You heard him say that, right?
Of course, I did. Did you see what this virus does to your lungs and your internal organs?
Yes. What it does to your lungs?
Yeah,
there was a woman.
On ventilators.
Yeah, there was a woman in New York. She had to get a lung transplant. They took her lungs out. It looked like filleted steak, like raw filleted beaten steak.
Yeah, I don't want to hear about
that. That's why the steroid is helping some of these people, because it's whatever it's doing to the interior of your lungs.
Now that I think of it,
it stops the swelling and allows you to transfer.
Now that I think of it, I had not asthma, but I had bronchial asthma, which is
a dry cough.
No. Bronchial asthma is from what I remember as a child, you basically had an asthma attack, but you don't really have asthma. It was like bronchitis, and then whatever. Nevertheless, Nevertheless, they treated it by giving me a steroid of some kind.
Just straighten the muscles.
I don't know where. I don't remember that part. I just remember I was a child, so I remember when you'd hear stories on TV about athletes using steroids, and I got kind of scared and asked my mother, "Well, they gave me steroids as well." Yeah. So, but I remember that. So all of a sudden, this new drug comes out. Not new, but this breakthrough that they found that this really helps. Thinking back, it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Giving someone a steroid to fix it.
But my issue is, and this is what I'm saying that they should do, they should make some sort of blocker because I don't think we're going to be able to deal with this virus for quite a while. They need to be able to block it from being transmitted, and that's it. That's all you can really do. Deal with the transmission.
How are you going to block it without somebody always wearing a mask?
Well, they've done that already with a bunch of viruses. Like, what is it called? What is the one? Ebola. They already have a blocker for that doesn't allow it to reproduce. So they can deal with it. And that's all they need to do. At least they need to at least try to attempt at this point.
Well, they've been trying and they've been attempting. And it's just a very slow process, and it has to go through trials. And then how do you know it's not going to screw you up 10 years from now? I mean, he was talking about Agent Orange.
Donald Trump
they had no idea.
Will not allow a potential cure for corona to have to go through trials. He will do anything, whether it kills you or saves you, to find that cure.
I think he should go back on his hydroxychloroquine.
I think he should go back on his Clorox. in large fucking doses.
Well, I will say this. I may absolutely despise these people, but I don't want them dead.
Donald Trump couldn't give a shit if you are alive or dead.
That is absolutely true. But I just think, I don't know. Maybe that's the foolishness in me.
He could give a fucking rat's ass. If you were on the street laying there and he walked by with his entourage and 4 of them were physicians, he'd go, don't touch that man. He wouldn't give a fuck. This man has proven there's no question
That's true.
that he does not have any empathy for anyone.
Well, that's true. I mean,
the only one he has empathy for
himself
is his daughter, maybe, because he'd like to fuck her when she's still alive.
Oh, God, Jesus.
That's a little crazy, his feelings towards his daughter. Did you ever see that interview?
Of course.
I don't know if it was Oprah.
It wasn't Oprah.
No,
it was
Wendy Williams?
No. It was the woman. She's from damn it.
Is it Oprah's best friend?
I don't know if they're best friends, but it's
Gayle King.
Gayle King. Oof. Good call.
Could you not blow your breath towards me, please?
I am I'm trying to take us all together.
They asked Ivanka. It's Ivanka and Donald
Trump.
What do you most have in common? And Ivanka says, I would say real estate and golf. Fine answer. Then they said to Donald
the same question.
What do you two most have in common? And what did he say?
I want to say sex, but I can't say that.
That's right. That's how he put it. Now, that is wrong.
In front of your daughter?
To his daughter in regards to her. Daughter. Like, I want to say what we have in common is sex. To his daughter.
A little weird. It's actually a lot weird.
It's very weird.
Yeah. Well, they love him.
I think that what they do is they don't so much love him as they love what he represents. He allows them to be the worst. Their worst inclinations they can do.
Here's what I don't understand. A guy is driving by in a beat-up piece of shit car, truck, whatever it is, and he's got Trump stickers all over.
Mm-hmm.
In hopes of becoming a millionaire because of
I don't think that. First of all,
what is his
First
purpose?
of all, every person that was a Republican started out with, let's go with Donald Trump. Then you're talking about usually, now a guy in a pickup truck, like you said, he's a construction worker, they're very crass, they're very, very,
I'm the crassest person I know.
yes. You're talking about guys at a construction site, a roughneck that hoots and hollers at a cat calls a woman that walks by.
Okay.
And Trump grabs him by the pussy. So they look up to him. They use foul language. He uses foul language. They think he's the greatest thing. They don't like the tight ass in the suit. They don't like, how Obama looked. They don't like how Bush looked. They like how Donald Trump is. He's their man's man. They
want to walk around with toilet paper stuck to the bottom of their shoe.
Out of the porta potty, though. But now, wait. Let me finish. They're also, in a lot of them that I talk to, they're very much single issue voters. Most of them are Second Amendment people, which is the dumbest thing ever because they're not coming for your gun. No matter what you say.
I guarantee you, the only people in North Korea who are fed are the army,
of course,
his personal guard, which you never see.
Oh, I've seen them. They're beautiful.
And all of his generals.
No,
the rest of them,
really?
The rest of the people in North Korea
are starved. I know.
Are starving.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go to Iraq.
I got
same scenario.
Yes. Yeah. And
look at Hitler.
You got to finish your
do you know?
Your thought.
I understand, but I don't even understand this tangent.
There
was absolutely no segue whatsoever. What are you saying about my comment about the single issue voter?
You said about the guns. You made a comment about coming for the guns.
What I'm saying is these right-wing people, they're only right-wing because they want to keep their guns. Okay?
David, I want you to think about something. Okay? In a normal United States.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
I don't need
6 years ago, whatever it was. There are so many guns that even if they started tomorrow morning, they could never get to all the houses that have guns.
You're reinforcing my statement.
Okay, well, no, I'm not. I am totally contradicting your statement.
Mm-hmm.
What I am telling you is nobody was sitting in the big chair in the White House that surrounded himself with armed guards.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and the SS, as Donald called
as he called them, that's correct.
Okay,
yes.
Wait, he did that?
He called the Secret Service the SS.
What's going to happen is when he
didn't even get the irony there.
He has all of this power.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and he has his king and that mentality.
And his wife Ivanka.
And then he's going to say, "Oh, that guy's against me, and that guy's against me, and that guy's against me. I got to worry about those 2 guys, 5 guys, 10 guys, 1,000 guys.
Mm-hmm.
Go get his guns. Make sure he doesn't come back." They're going to start taking their guns and their lives.
What are we?
They don't understand.
340 million in the United States
of people.
Yeah,
close to.
Okay, so let's just say most gun owners are men. We'll just say it's half, so that's 175 million, and then say that a fraction of that is of legal wage. 75 million. They're going to go after 75 million people.
If Trump thinks of you as a threat, okay, if you ever said anything to anybody, and don't forget, we're now living, or we will be living in a totalitarian state, and if I have a grudge against you.
Oh,
I pick up the phone.
That is correct.
And I go, that guy over there, he said something about Donald Trump that was bad.
Citizens, police,
and the next fucking thing you know, you're not there anymore.
That's correct. They did the same thing in Nazi Germany.
Yeah.
Everybody.
You know what the good part is, though? The good part is there's a lot of Republican patriots that will never allow this to happen.
I like how you said that with like a straight face and then started laughing.
No,
I don't think it's funny. I am a patriot.
But you're not a Republican.
But I'm not in anything because I don't give a shit who is in the White House. I give a shit that the Constitution of the United States remains the way it has been for the last 200 years, not the last 4 years.
Well,
I don't want to worry about his daughters.
Yeah.
And I don't want to worry about another son's boy and girl and another son's boy.
Yes, that's true.
They should have every opportunity that I had. And under Donald Trump, you will not have that opportunity.
That's absolutely correct.
Then, guess what? Can you imagine? At least Donald Trump is conniving and smart enough to understand the workings of what he's doing. What about Donald Jr. and Eric Trump? Can you imagine those two fucking assholes running the country?
You mean Beavis and Butthead?
Beavis and Butthead.
Whatever you had me at least that smart and Donald Trump in the same sentence.
See, there'll only be one of them. Because one of them will kill the other one.
The Highlanders is...
One of them will kill the other one.
Actually, that sounded too cool.
We could have just come up with a movie about this.
That is true. We could have.
You know, the other day I was watching V for Vendetta. I love that movie. And it's getting more and more realistic.
It has come that time in this episode.
You gotta go pee, is what you're saying.
Pee.
Okay.
I've left like 4 times already.
Well, I mean, personally, I'm not sure.
What are you not sure of?
I mean, I'm not sure about the next step in this experiment that we consider to be democracy.
Well, I am contemplating which country to flee to.
Me and Alan were talking about this earlier. We were talking about it. And Al said, you're contemplating...
You called him Al?
Yeah, I did.
I've never called him Al.
Really?
Known him a long time.
That's weird.
Does he like it?
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
It makes him feel like it, like he's young. Yeah. So I like to make people feel
Big Al.
Why do you have to make it so weird?
Because he's like 6'5".
He's like, yeah, that is correct.
So I don't think there's anything weird about calling him Big Al.
But he's like 6'5" and like weighs 100 pounds. It's very weird.
He's big. He's a bigger guy than you think. He's probably, I'll bet you he's 215.
That'd have to be like all bones.
Anyway, go on. Where are you taking Al?
And we were talking, there is nothing in there. We were talking in regards to, I would have to escape America to Germany. Would have to be what I would have to escape to.
You don't look much like the
German.
Yeah, you just want that Fraulein's big titties, that's all.
Have you seen? Oh my God, I'm not even going to get involved with that.
So here's something funny. 4 years ago,
yes.
The night before the election, I have 2 buddies, one from Toronto and one from Montreal. And in separate conversations, I said to them, so when are you moving back home? And both of them said, totally unnecessary. There's no way he'll win. They wish they had moved.
Yeah. So,
is that about time to wrap this thing up?
I would say so. I mean, it was supposed to be 30 minutes, but I think it's in the hour and 30-minute range.
You should have wrapped it up a while ago. All right, let's wrap it up.
Yeah. Does anybody have any parting words for our audience? I mean, this is going to be our pilot episode. I'm going to delete the other pilot episode to make this our pilot.
Well, you're going to have to, what do you call it?
I want to edit, but I'm not. I'm probably not. I'm just going to leave it as it is. I think it's more interesting.
Okay.
Do you have any parting words for our audience before we call it a day?
What?
Do you have any parting words for the audience before we call it a day?
Parting words?
Yes. And it can't be something like F Donald Trump. That's not a parting word.
Yeah. No. There's nothing I can say. I'm terribly disappointed in the people, or some of the people, of the United States.
You know, actually, the next conversation I want to have is the same conversation I had with Al, and we'll have it probably, I don't know,
you know
later.
What? This Al thing is bothering me. Once again, I didn't even know who you were talking about.
Who, Alan?
Yeah.
Have you ever called him Al?
No.
But
have you ever heard him say, "Hi, it's Al"?
No.
That's what I started calling.
Did you hang out with him on weekends or something? Did
No,
you
I
get
just talked to him
with
here.
him. Than...
No. Oh, actually, I spent a lot of time with him. Actually, I did. Oh yes, but the next conversation that I want to have, and I don't know when we'll have it, be it this week. I mean, maybe Friday we can have it. Are Trump supporters actually true Americans?
No.
Why would you? We're not going to have a conversation.
I'm going to give you a quick. Okay. First of all, the fact that a man who is a draft dodger, okay, for him now, from a policy standpoint, we're not even going to go there. But for you to say anything about John McCain that isn't about his policy, that is about his record as I believe he was an Air Force pilot.
Yes, he
Navy
was.
or Air Force.
Not Air Force.
Okay, he was a pilot.
He was a pilot.
Okay, you will not fucking utter a word about what that man did when you were in that position. Okay, I didn't serve in the military, and I would never ever think to disrespect that man. Now, I may say he's an idiot because his policy on this or he didn't do that. That's fine. But for him to even make one remark is the most horrible thing. For him to get in front of that Gold Star family, okay, and when the guy pulled out the Constitution,
yes,
I couldn't. I almost started crying. I couldn't believe it. So, what was your question?
Are Trump supporters really American?
Patriotic. Trump supporters?
No. I didn't say patriotic. I said, are they American by American standards?
That's not the question.
That is the question I asked.
You said, are they American?
Yes. Not the patriotic.
You said patriots.
No, you said patriots. I said,
I
are
wouldn't
they
have brought
American?
up the McCain thing if you didn't say patriots.
I know the difference between a patriot and an American.
If I didn't want to spend an hour and a half listening to this thing.
A very good subject is what we're talking about, and we'll talk about it Friday.
Well, you remember what I said about going to Ohio and seeing all those gold stars on all these houses.
Of course.
And how those people, the Ohioans, predominantly voted for
Mr. Trump.
Mr. Trump, could have been misled, whatever they were.
How they weren't turned off.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to have this conversation on Friday.
So hit the end button so we can stop.
Well, if you would say your closing statement so we can close off. That's it. All right.
For this guy.
And so we should have another conversation at a later date. And see you guys. What is the name of this talk show again? I keep forgetting.
Can't polish a horse.
You can't polish. Did we polish any horse turds today? Or did we prove that we can't polish it?
But we talked about stupid people.
Can we polish?
You asked if they could be redeemed, and that would be kind of synonymous with polishing.
Can they be polished? Is the
answer. Can these people be polished?
My answer is no.
No. Three unanimous no's. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you guys again.